Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai, and welcome to Jagadambe Reads the Holy Books of India, Mahabharata54. As you may remember, Drona asked the princes for Dakshina. He said, "I want you to defeat Drupada and bring him to me, a captive. He must not be killed." The princes were terribly excited at the thought of a fight, and they made preparations for it. The hearts of young men will exult at the thought of fighting. This is especially true of Kshatriyas. The young men were happy that their test had come. This was to be their first fight. The scions of the house of Kuru collected a huge army and marched toward Panchala. Drona was more excited than any of them. Hearing that the Kaurava princes were advancing toward his city intent on war, Drupada could not understand the reason for it. He prepared himself to fight. With his brothers to help him, Drupada set out to meet his opponents. The fight was on. The Bandhavas kept aloof. They were waiting under a tree in the neighborhood. They knew that it would be impossible for the Kauravas to vanquish Drupada. They thought of stepping in after the others had failed. Arjuna went to Drona and said, "These people think that's easy for them to capture Drupada, but I know it's not. When they fail, I will step in and do the necessary." The fight began. The terrible Drupada fought so well that the Kauravas were defeated. Their army was routed. The Pandavas looked on smilingly. They stepped in now. Arjuna asked Yudhishthira to stay behind. "4 of us will capture Drupada," said Arjuna. The chariot of Arjuna was well on its way. Nakula and Sahadeva were the protectors of the wheels of his chariot. Bhima, with his mace in his hand, looked like the Lord of Death. He went through the ranks, felling the warriors on either side. They made straight for the chariot of Drupada. The Panchala king fought furiously, but the tactics of these 4 men were very strange. They did not want to kill anyone. They were bent on accosting only Drupada. Arjuna leaped from his own chariot into that of Drupada. Drupada was overcome, more by surprise than anything else. Before he could decide on his future course of action, Drupada was enveloped in a veritable shower of arrows. He was almost blinded by the sudden darkness around him. Arjuna captured him and placed him in his own chariot. He sped towards the spot where Drona was waiting. The moments had come, the moment for which Drona had been waiting all these years. It had come after all. The dream had come true. Drona remembered all the past events. He remembered himself standing in front of Drupada with bowed head. Drupada was a proud man, drunk with power. Now the tables were turned. Drona was now the superior person. He had Drupada at his mercy. Drona taunted him with cruel words. He repeated all that Drupada had once used. It was Drona's turn to be drunk with power. He said, "You remember you once told me that friendship is possible only between equals? Then I had nothing that I could call my own. But now you have nothing that you can call your own. Your kingdom, even your life, cannot be called yours now. But do not be afraid. I will not kill you. I want to be your friend. Since friendship is not possible unless we are equal in status, I will return to you half your kingdom. We will then be equals. Look on this river Ganga. The land lying south of the river will be yours. I will be the lord of the land on the north. Come, let us part friends." Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you for coming. I hope you come again.